Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all are watching us, y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video, and make sure y'all call in tonight. If y'all want to support the channel, the Cash App is at the bottom, and the phone number is scrolling across your screen tonight. I'm gonna let Chris tell us what we're gonna be talking about tonight.
Yes, sir. You're now tuned into the first installment of our Miscellaneous Mondays, where we cover all the latest headlines from the pop culture, rap scene, politics, from the relationship, where we see a lot of divorces, relationships matriculate and divorce come together. Just the latest and the greatest and what's going on your timeline. But today we're gonna cover Big U, and we're gonna get into these big U's, the yellow beesies. We're also gonna discuss this segregation issue or order that I think Trump has just passed, and just dive into the mindsets more so behind everybody's stance on, whether they're on the victim side, whether they're not the victim, et cetera, et cetera. We're gonna get into a video now just to kick us off. We're gonna get into this Big U situation. We're gonna get a personal testimony from the victim. I'm not sure her name, but we're gonna take a listen to her and see what she has to say, and we'll chime in.
Big U is facing a lot of serious charges right now. I mean, you've spoken out about him in the past. I mean, do you think there's any truth to these allegations?
All the allegations are true, yeah.
I mean, why do you say so?
Because I was a victim, and the things that he has done to me, he's a monster, and everything that he's getting right now, he definitely deserves it.
Can you share what happened between you two?
Well, he jumped on me. He lured me over to Nipsey Hussle's shop. He jumped on me while I was pregnant, beat me up, made me go to another part of the neighborhood. I got jumped by 3 girls. I still have a scar on my back from that incident. He lied on me. He extorted me. He threatened people not to work with me. I mean, he did a lot. He did a whole lot. And it wasn't just a singular thing he did. He did this throughout the years with me, with events, with people, with situations. He's just a monster. He's a bully, and he deserves to be in jail. He should have been in jail a long time ago.
I know one of the allegations against him is murder. I mean, you think that one's true then?
I don't understand why the family would lie. The family reached out to me, and I did speak with the family, and it's a sad situation because we're talking about a child. This was a child. Big U is a 60-year-old grown man, and you have 2 different type of people in this world. You have people that are screaming free a 60-year-old gangbanger, and then you have people that want justice for a innocent child, and you need to figure out what type of person you are. I know the allegation.
So how you feel about that?
Like I said, and what she stated was that you got people who are, hold on one second. You got people who are saying free a 60-year-old gangster who, if you're familiar in this space of rap, this check-in culture, right? You go to the West Coast, you go to these places, they say you got to check in for your own safety, but it's not checking in. You're not doing this as a charity or a courtesy. You're trying to extort me.
That's basically all it is.
Yeah, you see videos of him having a movie staff check in. You see what the child was trying to look up the name of the victim. That's what I'm looking up now. Hold on one second.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it, this check-in culture, because he was talking about I seen him make a video about what's the one that got shot from La Dirt?
Quando Rondo.
Right. And he was talking about, if Quando Rondo would have checked in, none of that would have happened. I'm like, why I gotta check in for my safety? And y'all acting like y'all run and own these blocks. Y'all don't.
And we accept this, but you see, this is the thing. What she said, you got people screaming free him, but the elephant in the room is that you only do this to black people.
Yeah.
You don't have Justin Timberlake, you don't have Justin Bieber, you don't have certain individuals, DJ Vlad. Freely. They can just move around. Even Adam 22, who's a major component in these recent arrests with these rappers using their platform to tell them themselves.
Yeah.
But from her saying, all the allegations are true, just off with the enthusiasm, how can a person at this caliber continue to do this and everybody just accept it?
Culture. Shanti, we talking about freeing Big U. Big U just got arrested. He's an older, I think, Crip.
Yeah, 60-year-old. They say they accuse him for Nipsey Hussle's murder. He's a notorious quote unquote gang member in LA. You know, Rolling 60s Crip who's extorts people under the guise of protection, security, et cetera, et cetera. But he really, you got people, and we didn't rip any videos, but you got a clip out there of the guy named Loose Cannon, and he gets on air and tells the world how they extorted rappers and who they extorted and what Big U did and how he played it. Hey, I'm gonna give you these guns, but I'm writing the serial number down. He's like, why you writing the serial number down? You see what I'm saying? You taking record in case you hit the fan.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, our culture has gotten to a point to where you say, hey, I want to go out here and move around without any threat outside of whoever. I'm gonna check in with this guy, but I'm gonna pay him. Whether you had Shaq and Draymond Green caught up saying they made donations. You see what I'm saying?
Big U?
Yeah, he was a part of a charity, Developing Options, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Developing Options, where it was like a community outreach. They had fundraising and stuff like that, but he's on charges for instantly transferring these donations. Large sums, 20,000, 100,000, 50,000. They got all this on record because it's a paper trail.
Yeah.
So you embezzling money from your own charity, and you on both sides of this coin. You got the charity, but you also doing crime.
Right. And see, that's what I heard about the reason Nipsey Hussle was killed, because his contract was up.
Right.
And since his contract was up, they said that he wasn't gonna re-sign with him.
Haven't we heard this story before?
Plenty of times. And it's like, why don't y'all have, if it's legitimate business, any other time you work with somebody, they let you go?
Yeah.
For the most part. And it's the other time you say, I want to go see what's out there. You know, Dennis Schroeder is a prime example. Sometimes you bet on yourself and you lose.
Right.
You know, but to say that, hey, I'm not gonna let you go. They said Suge Knight was the same way.
Yeah.
They were talking about how he, jammed Vanilla Ice for the Ice Ice Baby track.
I remember that. Yeah,
like it's crazy that we have these people that try to punk you or take you for what you work for. But we always talk about the stuff that the white men be doing. Like how are you doing the same thing that we call the white men doing to us? But now when we talk about what we do in our community, it seems like y'all doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's always a double standard or a contradictory perspective when it got other races involved, because even when we talk every segment of people we deal with, from race to gender, you notice is always different rules. Mm-hmm. Like we discussed Saturday. Yeah. If the Anthony Edwards were reversed, or if it was a man, it'll be different. Yeah. You got the white man. Well, the white man gonna put the police on you instantly. Right. Okay, well, you see how this play out. Yeah. You're gonna get the police involved because there's money involved. Yeah. And it's these are murders that then took place. But these guys like a Big U and whoever that say you got to check in with me and extort me, as the man being extorted, that's what we got to look at. Why you feel, okay, he tell you this, what you mean I got to check in with you? I'm wrong.
That's how I feel too. Like I get it. People might be scared of their life or something, but as a man, bro, it got to be we draw the line there, because it's like, I feel like this. Once you okay something one time, people know they got you. Yeah. That's why I'm a firm believer. I want to let people get one chance to fuck me. After that, it's over with. Yeah. And not necessarily handing it over, not necessarily like, okay, I'm cool with if you do X, Y, Z. But if you like, let's say even relationships, if you cheat on me, you get one time. You ain't gonna do it again because you think I'm a bitch or you think I'm stupid. Yeah. And I feel like the same way for you to come to these cities and say, hey man, you gotta check in. Check in? You mean on the block you don't own? And then that don't even guarantee my safety. And then how I know I check in with you or I pay my little dues or whatnot, you still don't set me up on the back end. Somebody might have a bigger bag that say, hey, he checking in with you. I got this right here. Tell me where you gonna be at. So how I know that it's really gonna protect me? It's really gonna be safety.
But you had people, like I said, Loose Cannon again admitted that, hey, we robbed him for 40, we gonna give him 20 back. Yeah. So he already lined them up to where you checked in, but you still finna pay. Right. As if you got robbed. Right. You just didn't get harmed.
You might get a little harm. He might.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying, but they saying, well, we finna bring him over. He said they'll rob a guy. 15 minutes later, the guy they robbed will be walking through the door to fuck with Big U. Yeah. And Big U will already kind of be Now I heard what happened. Woo, I'm finna holler at some people to make it
Oh,
seem
get it
like
back,
I'm
get it
bringing
back.
you here,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have these guys come through the back with the shit like they just got it, but they the same motherfuckers that robbed.
But see, how fucked up is that?
That's what I'm saying. But we only do this with people that look
Right.
like us. We
Right.
play the gangster role and then all of that. But I don't know. You think he responsible for these murders?
He probably got a hand in them.
I agree.
I wouldn't doubt it. And what's crazy is, and I don't know if it's because of the cell phone. I don't know if it's because of social media. I don't know if it's because these niggas get on these songs and talk too much. But it was a time where we would think a lot of these rappers were bluffers.
Yeah.
A lot of these niggas wasn't in the streets like that. We'd be like, Clarence parents had a real good marriage, type 8 Mile type shit. But now it's like we got Yellow Beezy, MOE3, you got your Lil Durks, you got your YSL, you got what's the Philly rapper that got 40 years? ARAB. You got so many of these rappers that are actually in the streets doing this stuff, but it's crazy that you would do this stuff and y'all got a target on your back. And then y'all go hire hitman that's damn near like y'all doing it. How you Lil Durk go hire some niggas that's in your crew, and then they got correspondence between you telling them don't use the company credit card, and these goofy ass niggas still use the company credit card. And
the other oddball about a lot of this is that all of it was more so exposed via the internet, where you got 40 to 50 to 60-year-old men on the internet going back and forth screaming and telling what they did or didn't do.
Right.
Like it's just
like
all
100.
Yeah, like on the internet, like at these old ages. Like it don't make sense to me how we are getting older, but our minds are not. You see what I'm saying?
Developing wisdom and stuff like that. And that's the thing I have a problem with. At a certain age, you gotta be like, man, I got grandkids. I need to be at home with my barbecue sandals on somebody grill. I'm still on the internet arguing with niggas who more gangster, who did whoop because I'm trying to figure out how Whack 100 know everybody's business in all these different cities.
You got to be working.
Everybody,
you working. You got a video, you got some on every rapper and all of this, and you always in rappers' business. At this point, this is a stream of income, a major stream of income at that.
I think it'll come out here, CI.
I definitely think so.
Because you don't get around all these people and be able to say the stuff you say and have your ear to the street and people just confident in you. And then you on here you said you called Adam 22. I seen the clip and said you called Big U and said, hey, the feds on you. You need to run. How you get the information for the nigga that's they looking to get the information?
Yeah. So that's the Big U. That's one story. Like I said, what's going on right now in the black community as far as rappers, I think it's open season on rappers and those in the rap community with these arrests. We're gonna get into another one that just came out. What you say?
She said that's their Olympics. Everybody wants to win. That's where they shine in this lane.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. So we're gonna get into the Yellow Beezy arrest, which followed the Big U arrest.
Ben knew the situation between Yellow Beezy and MOE3. MOE3 got on the track and bragged about shooting Yellow Beezy multiple times. Bragged about killing Trap Boy Freddie homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two street niggas beefing, amen? It all started when Yellow Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian, but allegedly Yellow Beezy had enough of this man and got him killed. MOE3 was not having that shit because that was one of his best friends, one of his only friends in the music industry, one of his only friends in the city. So what did MOE3 do? Catch Yellow Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out him on the highway. Yellow Beezy, being way smarter than MOE3, came back and got MOE3 friend killed named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style, so they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that put MOE3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here gorilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy could not take it, so as a result, they commenced murder. Allegedly, they commenced it. So we saying long live 3, and that's on me. But the truth of the matter is we have 2 young black superstars who was very successful, had children, supported their family and friends. They were great black men for the community, but they chose violence and threw it all away. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yella Beezy or Mo3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast, because Mo3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on them bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy.
That's wild.
That's sad. And like I said, why in our community do having bodies equate to masculinity, being a thug, being in the streets, all of this? Why we never talk about being masculine as owning the company, taking care of your family, and doing all this other stuff? When these guys got kids, they ain't trying to teach the other kids a better way. Like I'm confused with what does the mindset shift? Because these ain't no young guys. They got to be in their 30s.
Man, you got a culture and you got a bunch of media that propagates this mindset. You look at the movies that we took such an affinity to: Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood.
So let me ask you this. When you talk about our movies, do you think our movies influence black people more than like the white gangster movies or the white drug dealer movies influence white boys?
Our movies do, but only thing we pull from white gangsters and let's say the mafias is the no snitching code and the loyalty code. And you see a lot of instances that don't hold weight.
Right.
Because most people gonna tell. You look at the percentage of those who tell versus who don't.
Yeah.
It's only a very small percentage of the guys who get jammed up who stay solid.
Yeah.
Most of them gonna tell in some form, shape, or fashion, whether it's taking a plea, whether there's copping. It just depends.
Yeah.
But you look at our movies, the movies, I would say.
But you understand what I'm saying with that question?
Like,
I'm saying, do the white boys get influenced by gangster movies like the black
boys?
Oh,
I see what you're saying. No, yeah. I misinterpreted. Now, I don't believe that's a culture for white people. You don't really see white Ricos. You don't see the white, the raids. I don't really see any groups on Facebook and anywhere else where they have a group of people saying, hey, the police on 34th Street, get ready. They about to braid you.
That shit crazy.
But warning known criminals because they out here for a reason.
Right.
You got a page and a platform that says, "Hey, the Alphabet Boys about to come get you down. They on the west side." Yeah, only in the black community where you had this.
And you talking about that where they at though?
Exactly. And shout out to them. I know Crumb, good dude. It's good for what it's good for, from accidents, traffic, major reports. But people get in here and say, "Hey, the police is right here. I don't know who stay on this corner house. They finna raid you."
Right.
That's insane to me.
Right. And see, that's the thing. I don't understand. Like y'all be talking about y'all be heartbroken, upset, and me and Ashanti was talking about this other day that y'all want to boycott, hush, and stuff like this. But then in the same breath, this is the first time y'all actually tried to, I guess, do something, show some outrage in the community. But for the most part, y'all don't give a damn. Y'all will be right back drinking and clubbing and then in the mess and the bullshit. Do you know the amount of fights I see on the internet?
I see fights every day.
And it getting to the point now, I see a slew of videos of people just, like they say, gangster shit, just shooting each other on the blocks or somebody ring doorbell camera. I seen a video the other day. It was hard to watch, but the dude went outside to supposed to be his homeboy's car, walked into the car, and they shot him like 30 times right there in front of his mama's house.
I'm seeing video, and it's so graphic where the shooters, they getting close up to where the, like, coming back, like, like I'm like, they coming back, like making sure. It's crazy, and all this caught on video.
Right.
And they go do it again. That's why I say these environments that have been created and cultivated, it starts somewhere.
Yeah.
But the way it started is not, we can't penetrate it. The matriarchy. Well, this little boy, I want him to be the man in the house. We in dire straits. Get out there and trap. You know, a lot of situations where the boys of the family, or if she had all boys, got into the street life. Right. It wasn't nothing she can do because the money, we need bills paid. So he bringing in money. So I get it. A lot of parents turn a blind eye to their kids bullshit, and then it get too late, like your Mo3 and Yella Beezy. You got 2 lives affected where they accumulate this money only to give it away to the lawyers or just to lose it because they're gonna rot in prison.
Right. Or, but like I said, we talk about 2 families. It's a lot more than that.
Well, it is a lot more when
There's
you
a
think
lot
about
more
it.
than that. Let's talk about innocent bystanders. Let's talk about, you know, how many baby mamas you got. Let's talk about how many kids is being affected. Let's talk about it's so much that goes on with just a death that most people be like, well, it's just that person that killed them. Like it's a big blowback where it might affect 10 families. Where it might be MOE3 taking care of 5 families here, Yellow Bees taking care of some families here. And now, hey, the house I just bought you,
You got to get up out of
you
it.
gotta get up out of it. I gotta sell it. You know, that whip I bought you, you gotta trade it in, you know. So, like I said, a lot of people don't understand what's going on and how drastic. And I don't think people care. And I don't think most people that's out there in the street have foresight to actually see further than what's going on in that moment. I think they'd be hot-headed, and that's part of being raised by your mama. You hot-headed, you gotta get some get back. Like you said, somebody step on your joints, you want to shoot them 46 times. Like it's crazy that something like that can make you just go off the edge, or you feel like somebody testing your gangster or your quote-unquote masculinity. It's crazy that we have these type of things that go in our community, and we swear we want better. And like I said, we still talking about. I feel like this. We still talk about racism, but it's way more stuff till you get to racism. Is racism real? And is that systematic stuff? Yeah, but I feel like if the stuff we can't control, we don't control. Just like making sure you procreate with the right people, getting married for you carry. Little things like that is important. And the reason I want to talk about that is because today on TikTok, they was talking about how 1 in 4, the video went viral. It's like 1 in 4 women would get married, right? And the dude was talking about how they had another stat that said 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 black men would be a convicted felon.
Will go to jail.
Go to jail.
Yeah. At some point in their life, they're gonna go to jail.
And so he was talking about how the black men want to say all these excuses, the white man whoop the whoop, but they don't give the same basically excuse for the women, right? Mm-hmm. And so I come in and I said that kind of tracks though. When you think about who raised these boys, when you look at the stats, they are going to go to jail because they have no fathers in the house. So when you're talking about you want to say that there's no comparison or one is worse than the other, the reason you have that is because you have a chain of events. There ain't no daddies in these houses. Ain't no daddy. So when we have these conversations and I'm be seeing MOE3, I just watched a clip of him run down the list of how exactly he shot Yellow Beezy. Then I see a clip of Yellow Beezy. I wish I could have found it. And I see a clip of Yellow Beezy talking this same exact thing on the Breakfast Club about how he got shot.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Y'all incriminating yourselves and y'all get on here and y'all be like the dude was saying, we can't just be like, oh, rest in peace, MOE3 and feel sad. Like both of these niggas was trying to kill each other.
You just had a recent one, very fresh. The Sauce Walker out of Houston and Say So P, his artist, ended up getting unalived and he gets shot. And still is his response video was just bouncing around like I'm still in Memphis, I'm still active. Like this didn't have no effect on him whatsoever. Yeah. I think this would be the perfect segue into last one. It's too much profit and money in Black Death to where it won't be a remedy because it's too much money. When you look at record sales, you look at the style, because a lot of the style fashion, it's a certain aesthetic you go with. Yeah. If I'm in the hood, I gotta have the shiesty. Yeah. I can't wear the shiesty at the library, but I like the shiesty. I can't wear the North Face or the Montclair with the shiesty. Yeah. You know, I'm on drill time, all black. You see what they call the YNs, all on mobbing and all black, with the shiesty, with the bubble coats, with the black, everything black.
Man, that's crazy. That came a trend. Wearing the shiesty.
Facts. This is a trend, a popular trend. Like I bought a shiesty, but I bought it for the weather, but it was still clean. I said I can see the aesthetic and the appeal, but you got these police forces, right, that can come and raid, arrest, do these things, and we say, all right, we stand up, we comply. We put most time you put your hand behind your back, you get on the ground, you do what they say, and they say, hey, you know what? Even let's say this innocent, you weren't with them, but you still going down with them. You wanted to get out the car, they ain't let you. Mm-hmm. Now you on the hook for doing 13 years because y'all caught a body together. Right. Now, as these organizations from the ATF, DEA, FBI been formed and say, you know, we come to get you, and we say, okay, but as black people that say we independent or whatever, which we're not, we haven't put together organization to say, you know what, if you doing the fuck shit, we gonna come get you. Like we got a free will to say, you know what, damn, they formed a $10,000 machine, whether the police force, SWAT. We can do the same.
Yeah.
And we can come get you. We can set up our bylaws, policies, and say, hey, you know what? These kids over here trapping fucked up over here. We gonna come and get them ourselves. We got it. You worry about we got our own weapons, we make it out, work at our own contracts.
Yeah.
Why we can't have our own militias and things like that?
Well, that's kind of like how Farrakhan went and cleaned up Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people was upset about how they had to go in there and clean that one up. But like I said, then, you know, the black mamas want to get upset because you got to go in there and, hey, I can't play with Lil Ray, right? We're trying to do something.
Fact.
Some of y'all sons going to have to go.
Yeah.
It got to be some purging and some pruning and stuff like that. They talking about your shorts. Yeah, who say he got the hoochie had the shorts on.
Man, these shorts ain't even short, man. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, man.
Well, I guess we both got out mine. I got that too. Here's a little bit. He heels a little bit more freaked out.
Nah. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
But yeah, like I said, we this power of choice and this compliance that we have when it comes from a race that we view as superior. We don't push back for real. Right. We let them come get innocent people. We mentioned this on several podcasts. You come get Bill Cosby 70 plus. Right. Talking about you finna take him to jail on some 40-year allegation, and we sit back and just watch it happen. Right. You see what I'm saying? But
like I said, the yes sir, y'all be saying yes sir to the police when I get pulled over, but y'all don't say that to y'all own fathers, mothers, people y'all respect in y'all communities. Y'all got so much admiration for the police when they pull up and stuff like that. But then, like I said, somebody that you supposed to know, grew up with, like MOE3 and Yellow Beat supposed to be having friends at one point in time.
I think they were on pictures together.
So it's like y'all was friends, and what could have transpired to you be cool with a nigga on there, and then next day you just want to kill him?
Most of these killings happens by a close friend or I'm gonna do a stat. I got to use AI. I want to say I done seen maybe 10 to 12 murders from Doe B, the guy that was here, Landlord Low. So many artists or people that got murdered, they got pictures and it's looking like best friends, whether they dressed alike, they got on similar clothing, or hugging each other, and this be the same person that take you out.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
plays Donald Trump.
All right, we're finna get into this one, and like I said, we're gonna open up the phone lines. If y'all see the number list, to give us a call, give your opinions, comments, feedback on what we discussing today on this Miscellaneous Monday. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And now we're finna get into this segregation scale. I'm not too versed on what's going on with this, but we're gonna we got a content creator who's gonna break a little bit of it down.
They bringing segregation back. Trump removes a ban allowing contractors to segregate restaurants. You can go into the yellow tape and deep dive and read into exactly what happens, but let's discuss. Racist people don't really want segregation. Segregation is drawing a line in the sand where black people live on this side and white people live on that side. They don't want segregation. They want selective segregation, servitude, and unfair treatment. Segregation is what happened to Black Wall Street. See, that's what they don't want. Here's the big difference. Racists want you to live where they put you, and they want you to work towards the advancement of their society over here. So we want you to live here, but work in the coal mines, in the fields, and work in the construction and the hard labor. And then when you get done, leave over where we are and go stay where we told you to stay. And also, we want unfair treatment. Look up to us as we look down on you. But the second we start having our own banks, having our own doctors, having our own farms, letting the money that we create inside our community continue to circulate inside our community and build our own community up, that's an issue. That's why Black Wall Street gets burned down, because what we're doing over here doesn't benefit what they're doing over here. Like, I gotta build my own thing up? No, we want people low enough on the totem pole financially. No, we want people low enough on the totem pole financially and educational wise that we can use them to be the burden bearers of our society. That extends.
So when I watch that, I'm just gonna talk about segregation. First of all, I don't understand why black people. This is my first take. I don't understand why black people want to be around white folks so much if they racist. That's my first take. Secondly, we had stuff like Black Lives Matter, to where the three people who started and founded Black Lives Matter, when they got money, they went and stayed and moved and bought mansions in neighborhoods that were 85% white.
Facts.
So white people ain't all as bad. Can't be, because y'all actions prove something different. Also, I'm gonna be honest with y'all on how we talk about the young niggas that need to be called or put in a place. We feel that way about most of black people, not just the young niggas with the shiesty mask. It's some people you can see. You go in, you want to speak to, hey, what you doing? How you doing? Walking through Walmart or just other places, and the nigga just mean mug you. You don't look. You just being nice, being cordial, or you say something to a young black lady. Hey, how you doing? Open the door, and she got a nasty ass attitude. So when we have these conversations, the truth be told, y'all think white ice is colder. Y'all think y'all gonna miss out on something. That's why y'all don't, as black people, don't want to be segregated. A lot of y'all, I know a lot of black people honestly feel like black people ain't meant shit either. They talk about how South Africa is and why Africa hasn't become a better civilization and haven't been advanced. Even though I do think a lot of the stuff that they show in Africa is probably like the bad parts, because I have seen some parts that were, modernized. You know what
Kenya,
I'm saying?
Nigeria,
Yeah.
Other places are very modernized in Africa. The thing is, it's such a powerhouse. It shouldn't be reliant for other people to come in and develop the economics. You got these Asians in Africa. You got white people in Africa, Europeans. You got a bunch of different people with their hand. France specifically with Burkina Faso. If y'all familiar with that, we're gonna get into that as well. I think the guy name is Ibrahim Troy. He's the general or the president of Burkina Faso, and he's young. But they done tried to assassinate him like 12 times.
Damn.
And he keeps skating. And ain't nobody saying, and ain't nobody intervening. Hey, who are these people that keep trying to assassinate this guy?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into that, though. But with the segregation and the way people view white people and from an employment standpoint, black people innately and inherently been taught most of your opportunities are going to come from white folks. It's going to be very rare where a black person creates his own or her own opportunity. Those are your entrepreneurs. But for the most part, it's going to be a white road that you have to travel. You have to have the company culture, the ethics. You got to come, you got to wear the uniform. You got to speak to boss. You got to clock in at this time. You get off at this time. You got to agree to get paid at this time. Your off days is this. So we believe and have been taught that all opportunity starts and ends with white folks. You look at the people getting laid off. You have people commit suicide. Like suicide has been increased, especially in men, middle 40 plus up, losing opportunity to make money. Because I got a family, I got a mortgage, I got houses, and they lose these jobs because they haven't been taught how to create their own opportunity.
Yeah.
All my opportunity and jobs, it comes from white folks. So that's why we don't want to segregate, because if we can't stray too far away from the plantation. Because I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all may not, or I actually may have to provide something of value to get an opportunity in the new world that we build, where we get a new Black Wall Street. You can't just come in, sit at a desk half-ass eating Cheetos and Takis while on TikTok.
Right.
Your job consists of you actually working and building and bringing home the bacon, dollar for dollar, hour for hour.
Right.
It ain't no downtime.
So what I read about this segregation act, I think Lyndon B. Johnson passed it, but Trump revoked it. And basically, it was just saying that contractors basically don't have to meet a quota, and they won't be punished if they don't meet that quota.
Okay.
And I feel like that's cool, because I don't feel like I should have to employ people just because of their race. I should only be able to employ people if I feel like if they good.
Mm-hmm.
Merit-based hiring. And I know a lot of people look at that when they say merit-based hiring, and I be seeing a certain group of people, women of a certain race, making merit-based mean white men. I don't know how merit-based became white men, but they made it to mean white men, which is crazy to just say, hey, if you're good at what you do, come in, we're gonna hire you. And the truth be told, I think even back when we talk about like when integration really started and stuff and why unions was made, white people have always hired black people to work.
Yeah, because coming out of what 1864, black men had the skills, welders, all of that. Like,
so that's what I'm saying. So white people are okay. You gotta think about it. White people usually let black women in their house. Y'all always talk about now we got the big rise of black women trying to go back to breastfeeding and get out the phone. And y'all talk about and show all the pictures of black women breastfeeding the white lady babies and stuff. So white people trust you so much to even let you feed their children.
Now, like I said, it's a lot of misnomers due to, like I said, media, movies.
Yeah.
You got the 12 Years a Slave. Now, all of this has accurate accounts. My thing is, to the level it's been pushed is not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
As far as white men doing this, like all white men that have slaves, you can't afford it.
They say only 8% of people actually own slaves.
Yeah. Now,
and they don't talk about the black people that own slaves as well.
Yeah, the small hats were the owners.
Yeah.
Those are who own JP Morgan Chases. They're the big dogs, and they've always been in the shadows controlling things. Like, you got a book, The Secret Relationships Between Blacks and Jews. I forgot the author name, but it just break down how we connected and how they're at the top of the pyramid, we're at the bottom. See, it's a war going on, I think, as far as with Trump. You got every day you have a group of people looking for somebody to hate. Rest in peace, Kevin Sanders. When you had him, you had people ready to hate him. You got Trump back in, you got people ready to hate him. It's only hate when the actions and the agendas are to hold your ass accountable. When I'm about to take a benefit that you got too comfortable with, whether that's Section 8 housing, whether they're these high-end jobs that you half-ass do every day.
Right.
You know what he.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is it wrong for Elon Musk to send an email and say, "Tell me 5 things you did last week"?
Absolutely not. So
why was so many people upset about that?
Because they haven't been held to a standard of that caliber.
Is it? Because I didn't know this. I didn't know so many black women held these jobs.
A lot of black women have a government job.
I did not know it was this many black women holding these government jobs and getting paid this much. And I guess it kind of correlates when you see so many women talk about, well, I make 6 figures and whoop and then you start researching like, damn, you do make 6 figures to just really be at home.
I'm not mad at the black women. I want them to get the money.
I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying it makes sense of why, like, even when we talk about how they feel about dating and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I didn't know that they held so many government jobs and they was doing these positions and getting paid so well. But at the same time, does it seem like this group of people don't want to have a standard, don't want to have people checking them or checking in on them? Because I thought list 5 things. You got a whole week. You could list 1 thing a day. 5 things you did last week ain't shit.
Yeah, but they want their standard to be the standard. I feel like I worked enough. I worked hard. I did this. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they already talk about how they got the little mouth jinglers. Say they've got the thing if your computer idle too long. Yeah. They got the little mouth jinglers that keep it moving. They still be asleep. Don't be at the house or So like I said, then they talk about the productivity went down. Of course, if y'all laying in the bed getting fat, ain't got to do nothing. All these motherfuckers ain't doing shit. So that's why they had to come back. And I was, and that's what we're gonna talk about Wednesday, just how people are upset. And I, just think about like Brad and Yakira talking about, people was upset about having to go back to work, And he said they've been out 5 years. I didn't know they've been out that long.
Work from home started in 2020.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, 2020, late 2020. But like I said, when you get to set your own rules to a degree and you get that power taken or that luxury or privilege taken away,
right?
It's gonna be some resistance because now I gotta go and do my job. It's like the district manager coming in.
How crazy it is to be mad you gotta do your job.
I have a theory that you got a performance level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's linear. It's either linear or it's roller coaster. A lot of times, depending is roller coaster because district manager coming in today, I gotta work a little harder, or we got a big crowd today, I got to work extra hard, but we don't have big crowds all the time.
Yeah.
So my performance go up and down. So most of the time it's not a big crowd. So my performance stay low. But now we got a big crowd. Now I'm forced to increase my performance level.
Right.
You got so many people competing that can't get jobs. If I take 10 people and say, send me your resume, most of it is going to be the same because the education is the same. You rarely have people that go outside the box to get certs and other things that fluff their resume better than this person or these group of five that went to UAB or Alabama, probably in the same sorority, frat, did the same extracurricular activities, took some of the same classes. So you got the same, I got 10 people, y'all can do the same shit. Because I still got to train you.
Right.
So your paper and your resume really don't mean nothing because 9 times out of 10, you're not using Microsoft Excel. You know that shit you put on your resume, you ain't never used that shit.
Right.
So
yeah, like I said, I just think when we talk about all of this stuff that's encompassing in one thing, segregation, going back, what people are upset about Donald Trump, and I don't know how Donald Trump. This is another thing that baffles me when it comes to when we speak about racism. It's wild that they want an 80-year-old white man, billionaire, that said his father gave him a small loan of $1 million to get started, to act like that wasn't shit. To speak to you as a black person and say the things correctly for you to feel like this man ain't racist. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how stupid that is? Now you want him to speak the lingo. You want him to say stuff that tug on your heartstrings. You want him to say, oh, that makes sense. You want a white man from New York, daddy gave him $1 million to get started, to speak to you in a way that doesn't make you feel like he's racist. Just think about how crazy when you say that it sounds, oh, he racist, he do X, Y, Z. No, maybe he thinking as a white man that's running the country, he doing X, Y, and Z. And now y'all black ass think, oh, this fucked up, because when they talk about Section 8, Section 8. No, Section 8, when I was growing up, was supposed to be a stepping stone. But now we got generations after generations after generations of people getting over on the system, paying $27 a month.
Thanks.
Doing hair, you gotta think about it. If you're a person, a female that do hair, and you good at what you do in the hood, making $27, paying $27 rent, ain't paying no water bill, got you a nice little wheel.
It's always a finesse.
And if you've been in the project houses, some of them motherfuckers big. They got upstairs and downstairs.
Some of them be nice.
And I'm like,
especially
bruh,
the new ones.
Yeah, so I'm like, how do y'all think that this was supposed to go? It should be a time limit. It should be 2 years. You should be out there hustling, grinding. $27. You supposed to be stacking your bread up to where get back in this position. But now all of a sudden he's talking about 2-year time limit starting next year. Now that's racist. Man. Some of this shit just common sense. Some of y'all motherfuckers want to be freeloaders, and if you can't be a freeloader, the motherfucker, the white man that ain't letting you be a freeloader, now he got to be racist, which is crazy.
He don't owe you nothing. Like I said, that's why I say we got this entitled, and we don't want to let go white daddy.
Yeah,
because he gives the opportunity. He get a jobs. He get the stimulus checks. He send out the welfare, the EBT, the SNAP. He's sending this out, so I can't get away from that because you haven't presented nothing on this end like a Black Wall Street or anything remotely close that's going to supplement that or replace it. So people are going to be always loyal to benefits. If anything is going to challenge their comfort level, they're going to be against it. Yeah. And it's like now where you got black people again with their fear-mongering mindset. When you're in that state of fear and let me look at what Donald Trump doing. Let me look at what, these people doing. You're not going to take any action. You're not going to create nothing. You're going to be waiting for them to do something so you can see how to respond to it versus being proactive and creating your own opportunities to see what works best for you, despite what they'll do.
Did you read that comment?
Let me see what's that.
Can you read it? I'll read it. It's girls who won't get financial assistance or get married because they lose. It's girls who won't get financial assistance or get married because they lose assistance. I know a girl who told me this. Her man wanted to get married and he said no.
Oh, yeah. Women would not. That's why I say they're loyal to the benefits. This is guaranteed. You may default. You may cheat. You may go get another chick pregnant. You may take your salary elsewhere. You may fall out of love. If the benefit is concrete, it's like I said, waiting at the finish line. I know he's gonna be I know this is a 6-figure earner. I can't grind with this one. I gotta wait till this person cross the line. So, like I said, that's just the mindset, especially in turbulent times like this, from an economic perspective, where gas can go up, can go down. Eggs $8 a carton or $20 a carton, whatever they saying. They scan you like, we'll say, well, let's cut back on the eggs then. If they take eggs up to $20, well, you know what? I'm gonna just eat one egg a day. Why are you panicking about the price of eggs like you miss Betty Crocker? You don't bake motherfucking cakes every day.
Right.
So I'm saying like these things that you don't even use. You shouldn't be. You're not using eggs every day.
Right. Or like I see people, and see this is what we don't do. We don't let people figure shit out. The ingenuity of people, or what people, when people get a certain stress level or pressure on them, sometimes it forces them to have some type of ingenuity or use their brain a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And so what we did, we didn't coddle people so much that people's brains are not firing at all cylinders. For instance, I get on TikTok. I've been on TikTok a lot lately, you can tell. I get on TikTok. Do you know the amount of black chicks now I've seen that they got chicken coops that sell eggs?
That's crazy.
So now you got the issue with the eggs. Now y'all went and got chickens because you find out you can go buy a chicken for $5.
Yeah.
A little chicken, you go buy a little chicken for $5. Get somebody to come build you $100 coop. Have your chickens run in the backyard, feed them a little bit, and when they have eggs, now you selling eggs.
You trapping 3 5 chicken egg. You get 3 for $5.
Right.
Hey,
and so you got to think about it. You can do that. Now you control what you eat. Now I've seen a bunch on the other side of TikTok, the gardening. I've seen so many girls talking about their gardening.
Yeah.
Gardening. Now y'all growing your herbs, your vegetables, all of this stuff. So you mean to tell me the stuff? Because I always say this. Women love to talk about what granddaddy and them did when it comes to provision and protection, but they don't talk about what grandma did.
Start that garden.
Grandma had gardens. Grandma baked. Grandma sold pies, apple, sweet potato pies around Thanksgiving, and had bake sales at the church. Grandma knew how to sew. Grandma was going to the thrift store and doing buying clothes and come bringing them home and redoing them, make them look good. So when we have these conversations, we got to have real conversations. So now, and the reason Grandma did that because money wasn't plentiful like it is today.
Yeah.
See, we didn't got spoiled because we be talking about racism. We live today, the black people today live better than any other generation of black people.
I agree.
Any other. You got to think about it. I still remember where people were wearing Walmart shoes to school and we was cracking on them. Now you look at pretty much everybody's feet. Everybody got a Nike or something on. And getting to the point, you know how crazy it is? Now we get to the point where people are trying to go to Walmart, buy the Walmart shoes,
and bring them back
in style now.
Yeah, right.
And this is crazy how stuff transitions and flips. Like I said, I like one of my videos I did on TikTok. Y'all always talk about this 3-bedroom, 3-bath, all of this big house stuff. I don't know nobody. Every female I've dated and I've seen their grandparents' house, they never had no big house.
Yeah,
in a shack. So much so y'all don't even want to pass the motherfucker down in the family. So what are we talking about? Like, so we have these conversations about segregation and shit like that. Y'all, my thing is y'all have to go back to using y'all brain. Y'all have to go back to being smart. Y'all had to go back to figuring out ways. Because another thing with marriage, I heard my parents say this, I heard my grandparents say this. 2 heads is better than one. Whatever we face in life, we can figure it out.
Right.
And that's why I think you have so many people, especially women out here, trying to figure out stuff by themselves. And when they get to the point where they're quote unquote figuring it out, they always choose wrong.
Still choose wrong.
wrong.
I'm demure. I got my intuition, and he didn't work out. See?
Yeah.
We're gonna open up the line before we wrap up our first installment of Miscellaneous Mondays. You can see the number in the link. Is it in the scroll below?
Yeah, it's in the scroll below.
Right. Yeah, if y'all want to call in, hit that number. And we're gonna chop up what we talked about: the Big U, the Yellow Beezy, the segregation, whatever else Donald Trump may be doing or Elon Musk may be doing. Y'all call in and let us know what you think. Comment, feedback, etc., etc. What some of them come and say? What you say? What Shanti say? We
cooking for our man Chris and my 51-year-old husband like 3 eggs in the morning.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
My grandma wasn't doing that at all. Let me call her. She's slacking.
Now it's like I say, it just depends. It depended on the circumstance. Everybody's circumstance was similar, but not the exact
same. Because like I said, I remember not everybody was gardening, but I still remember like in my grandma's neighborhood, it was an older neighborhood. It probably out of 10 houses, 2 women garden. And those 2 people sold or helped people around, you know what I'm saying, around
you had different levels to it. You had a person, maybe one person in the neighborhood where, you know, what you call got the greens. You had the candy lady in the neighborhood who had the bebops.
Hello?
The chips.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey.
Hey, I want to say congratulations. Y'all had a good first show. It was really interesting.
We appreciate that.
Chris, I do want to let you know. Well, first of all, I got a question for Chris. What weather were you preparing for when you got that ski mask? I just gotta know.
Man, it was like November. I was going to Memphis, matter of fact, because you know they still had the COVID, a little stuff, you know, the COVID shit. I ain't want to wear the mask, so I said I'm gonna get me a shiesty. Yeah. You know, you still had to wear the mask in the airport. I said, man, I'm just gonna get me a little shiesty. Yeah, it was.
You was walking around looking crazy. I'm sure.
I was definitely looking like a YN. I had the black. All of it, like
you were blacked out.
What?
Hell
I said, yeah, let me get rid of this. I don't want no mistaken identity. Nah.
Please,
I lost
that's
that
crazy.
Yeah, I lost that.
But some of us are cooking for our men. They like 3 eggs in the morning, so you know the price of eggs is sitting at the super tizzy. I know y'all seen the 51-year-old, the girl who married to the 51-year-old man. He don't miss a meal.
Talking about the 27-year-old girl.
Yeah,
the one that's about to get divorced.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That's wild. That's answer. Let me ask you something.
What's up?
When it comes to these political issues and everything that happened, how do you think these impact relationships, if they impact them at all? Like COVID impacted relationships astronomically. How you think what's going on right now, if these, you know, layoffs, all of this, how you think that's going to impact future relationships?
You know, I know you guys talked about a lot of Black women working in government. I don't think I know anybody that works in government, so I really can't speak to that aspect of other than, you know, increasing stress and things like that. But I will say, I since this past election, if I meet a man and he has not voted, I'm not real particular about, you know, who you vote for, because I feel like we all have the reason to exercise what we want to do. But if you don't vote, I already know you're not the man for me, because I don't want my kids to have a daddy that's stupid and doesn't want to even go out and vote and do something for free, but they'll probably go out and do something that costs them way more money and way more obstacles across to get it accomplished. So that's how it impacted me.
So you had a guy that didn't vote and that was a deal breaker, or?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So you could be in the house if you, let's say you voted for Kamala and your man voted for Trump, you'll be okay with that?
You know, it would be frustrating, especially now. You know what? I'm gonna say this: with Trump, I would say it would be an issue, but with somebody being more conservative or more liberal, I can't really see that making a big difference for me.
Why would Trump be an issue?
You know, not to get too personal about it, but I just think that when it comes to him, it's more of a morality thing than anything else, in my opinion. And so someone that aligns with those morals isn't necessarily the man for me.
I see what you're saying. She don't look at Trump as a man of integrity or a certain moral fabric. So if you side or vote for him, you feel their views and morality or integrity is kind of on par with Trump. Is that an accurate statement?
I mean, loosely, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this. With it.
Is being a politician a moral thing, though?
Absolutely not.
That's why.
As long as they're not breaking the law, then yes.
See, I think when we get into politics, like it's identity politics is now a thing to where even outside of politics, who we admire and strive to be like, we see parts of us in them. So if I admire Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer that we mentioned, or anybody who have done heinous acts against people, innocent people, I would say, well, damn, you kind of similar. You see your parts in this man who's done such evil or has such harsh or radical beliefs. You may be just as radical, even if it's a woman.
I disagree.
I don't believe in that. Yeah, I don't believe in that, because I'm a huge true crime person, and I would never repeat some of the heinous crimes that I've seen. And there are people that actually write to serial killers, especially like Charles Manson and that guy that wore the clown mask. They used to do things.
Oh, Gacy.
Gacy,
yeah. You know what I mean? And while I do think some of them that do go to writing them and idolizing them, like the guy from Nickelodeon, are weird. I don't. It's not the same thing to me.
I got you.
See, I think when it comes to politics, and this is the thing, and I think we've about to see, I do think we're about to see a lot of change. The whole criminal thing that they try to blanket Trump with, using a lot of the, like they talking about using the office to do political get back. When they did the same thing to him when he got out of office, as all it was a witch hunt, a manhunt, and stuff like that. Like even the E. Jean Carroll rape allegation. You heard about that?
I ain't seen that.
So they saying that's one of the people that he had to pay, E. Jean Carroll. And she said, this is a fact, you can look this up. She said that Donald Trump on a 2 p.m. in a Tiffany's raped her. She don't remember the year. She don't remember the day. She don't remember nothing else but 2 p.m. at Tiffany's. Now, if you see this woman, now it's Trump now. He a big dog. You see his wife who married to a supermodel. If you see this woman, it's like, this is not a woman you throw this shit away for.
And that's why I said I think I seen Ashanti coming earlier. Ashanti online?
Yeah, she's still
okay.
Ashanti,
I saw y'all coming earlier. Somehow Bill Cosby needed to go to jail. Now, I would disagree, and I'm gonna say this: when it comes to, let's say, crime, we have so much technology now, and it's very advanced. It's not hard to get hard evidence of said crime, even if it's years.
Yeah.
You got dental records, you got a bunch of different things that you can go back and trace DNA thousands of years. You got technology to the where you can't provide zero evidence, only allegation. No police report, even written documentation to say, hey, here the phone records. I called 911, or here is me coming into the police station on this day, because you got to sign in. Yeah. All this stuff is on record. Now, granted, they may have had paper records because I think may have been 70s, so they may not have had the computers. But when it's overwhelming, the Deshaun Watson, what, by 50 cases, and they just go away, and then you got a new dude for another team, same situation. So you got these allegations that come up, but zero evidence. I'll be like, let's look into this case. What kind of evidence we looking at? Let me look at the evidence.
That's what I was looking for.
Mere allegation, we can't use that, especially with something that old.
And like I think people, my mom used to say this, and I used to think it was fact until I realized it was stupid shit until it happened to me. She said, son, everybody can't be saying the same thing.
Where there's smoke, there's a fire.
Yeah, basically, like if you got this many people saying XYZ, it got to be true. No, when you get older, you start learning about this thing called conspiracy.
You repeat a lie, it started to sound like the truth.
Yeah, so like I said, that with Bill Cosby, like I said, I used to try to see like what they had. They ain't got no DNA, they ain't got no old panties, they ain't got no blood, they ain't got no pictures of black eyes, they ain't got no camera evidence of you being with the man or showing him going in a hotel with you or y'all getting a taxi together. Like it was a lot of stuff that I'm trying to figure out. Like y'all just come up with this and y'all say he drugged y'all, then y'all say he drugged you, but then in that time we know y'all used to wear cocaine around your neck on necklaces and stuff. Like it was a wild time.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not saying, like, did you know any proof that they had on Bill Cosby?
Well, I can't recall at this particular moment like the particulars about the case. But if he was innocent and he was found guilty, I think he should appeal and even file a bar complaint on his legal team. To my knowledge, I'm looking it up. Neither one of those things have happened. So
he out. They let him out.
So I think he's cool with everything that went down. I don't see any large pushback from him or his camp. So I would like to believe that justice was served.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't believe in the legal system like that, but yeah, like I think it's bullshit sometimes. Sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, you need to be charged, but then sometimes I've seen, and this is the part about not having good attorneys, they'll throw numbers at you, and they be like, well, you gotta take this plea deal instead of taking, there you go, instead of taking take the plea deal instead of taking these numbers. And see, I don't like that aspect of the court system, is me having to be able to, if y'all could play with these numbers like this, if you could say I'm gonna give you 35 years or you could take 5, that is a big disparity. And it's like,
under what circumstance or caveat? And the caveat, you just got to say he did it, Or say like they knock off 25 years.
25. You can play with a number so drastic. I can take 5 or do 35. That makes no sense. If y'all could just throw numbers out here, like it's no, because like I said, it should be something where when it comes to crime, let's say murder.
Yeah.
If you murder somebody, it should hold this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like 25 to life. What is that?
But again, it's gonna be subjective to how the murder occurred.
Right, but I get it. It's like you got premeditated. I know we going out, but he got premeditated.
You got self-defense.
Self-defense.
It's a murder. Like you had a case in Birmingham, and I think they end up executing this guy. It was back in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. I think it was early 2000. I think they was in Pratt where they was dirty cops extorting dope dealers, dope boys. And the dope boys said, we ain't going today. So they did a legal search, tried to, do a shakedown, and they had a shootout. A police officer got killed. The dude that didn't do the shooting, he tried to jump out the window. They still hit him with the death penalty just because he was there. And he wasn't the shooter.
Well, I got a friend that got jammed up like that too. They went to go rob somebody.
Yeah.
And the first dude jumped through the window.
It's capital off the gate.
When he jumped through the window, the dude, his friend got shot, and they charged him for the murder.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So they started. That's where they had changed a law. They said if you commit a crime with somebody, and one of them end up getting killed, you get charged for the person that got killed.
Yeah.
That's like crazy. But yeah, he got a lot of time. They were trying to rob the pill, man. So like I said, it's a lot of stuff. But so how you feel about the big U stuff, the extorting and murder for hire, all of that stuff? How you feel about that?
Yeah, he right where he needs to be. You could see in the car. Did you see the video he posted in the car with his family? That lady turned her head so hard because she was saying she didn't want to be on that video.
Shit, what was it?
I ain't see that one. I saw you. You ain't talking about the one where he was about to turn himself in, was it?
Yeah, he was riding in the van. He said, "I'm with my family." She turned her head to the side so fast she didn't want to be seen by him.
Yeah. Well, I ain't see that one.
I gotta go and look. I know he did one when he was on the way in.
Where you seen that at?
I'm seeing it on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna send it. But yeah, he
goddamn big U.
He's
60 years
I
old.
think he's right where he needs to be.
What age do you what do you think men that gang bang after a certain age you think is a mental illness or something? Or is it just a culture that they, like mafia?
They be slow. A lot of these niggas be slow.
I think they be
what
slow
I
too.
think it is, I think it's like, I know you guys are familiar with the back in high school. I used to play football. That's like they time to shine, right? That's their prime. And then you got these other guys who glorify like what they did in college. And while those are accolades, they just kind of don't let it go because it's their moments where they feel like the most important and recognized. I think it's the same thing goes for these men in the streets. They want to impress other men, right? They out here doing this. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. You gotta check in with me. All this check in with me and do this. This is so other men feel like, this big bro right here. This is the top dog.
Oh, they got the power and stuff.
It's a pecking
yeah,
order.
it's for that. And so I think, for some people it goes on for years and years and years because they haven't accomplished things that give them that same rush or that same masculine feel like they do with setting up people to get unalive and setting up people to steal their money and all this other kind of stuff, like they're having their way. And so when it comes to him, yeah, it's super lame and he's right where he needs to be. He stole those money from those for the children and had, dealing with some other stuff too. So yeah.
You say he stole money from children?
Is his charity.
Yeah, when that money is supposed to be going to the kids. Yeah.
Developing Options. I think that's the name of the organization.
Yeah. So he's right where he needs to be. I hope he gets the worst. I ain't gonna say too much, but yeah, I hope the worst for him.
I think some more charges are gonna fall down, especially with following
Nipsey.
So? Yeah. The other charge that's still pending because they ain't even put that on his jacket yet for the little boy that stayed with him. I forgot, I couldn't look up his name, but they probably got it. Well, I think he was 18, but I don't know if they can release it unless you 18. The name of the kid.
But
yeah.
What do you got? The kill?
That's the one they found in Vegas.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Like I said, all this stuff is crazy, and like I said, I just don't understand what an age limit should cut out. Like they should have like a gang exit level. Like number,
like graduation.
Yeah, like
the exit level is dead or
I
I
get it, but at the same time, like, no, there gotta be some changes.
But you gotta think though, said most of the shot callers are in prison. The orders come from behind the wall. The big dogs behind the wall because they didn't work their way up to where, well, I gotta take the charge. I'm the big dog. Who they ain't coming for the small fry.
Yeah.
They coming for the shot caller because he the one manipulating the other minions to do the dirty work.
Right.
So they kill the head on the snake, but he go to jail and a lot of stuff really don't change. He's still getting paid. He's still moving and grooving.
That's a place I don't know.
Well, y'all, I got to go back to work, so I'm going to get off the phone, but I'm still listening.
All right,
then. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
First caller of the night.
If y'all are watching, y'all want to call in. We talking about Big U, Yellow Beezy, Donald Trump segregation act, revoking Lyndon B. Johnson segregation act, or hiring contractors being able to hire and meet a quota.
And it's gonna definitely tie into what we doing Wednesday. Outrage, Wednesday, 7 p.m. We want to hear from the people who are affected by these job changes, whether you're going back, whether you got fired, whether you've been seeing the ghost resumes. That's been on my line. And I'm like, damn, is this true? Well, I'm seeing people submit 500 resumes, 1,000 resumes, 500 applications to get the same type of response. Everybody I see that record these, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, it's the same response. We went with another candidate due to time, whatever
It's
constraints.
like auto-generated too.
It's auto-generated, yeah. And I'm like,
because they probably AI do the hiring too.
I think what they have studied thus far is that they studied the economics to the point to where as long as we can mass produce on this end, I really don't need this over here. You see what I'm saying? All the stuff focus over here.
Yeah.
All my stuff like Nike. People want Jordans. So I'm gonna focus on the Jordans. I ain't finna be making the other stuff I used to make. You know, we say, hey, we need to bring them back out. But those don't sell like Jordans.
Right.
Jordans is our cash cow, so that's what we're gonna focus on. They didn't look at the economics and say, hey, we don't need an agriculture reviewer that's making 109K. We don't need you no more.
Right.
We got enough data to where we can project what the next 7 years gonna look like based upon what you done did the last 10 years.
Right.
So we ain't gonna pay you 113,000 no more for that, and we ain't gonna pay you this. We're gonna cut that.
Also, I seen them talking about them getting rid of illegals, right? And they was like, who gonna do the farming? So then I don't know on my algorithm on TikTok, but I would just have an algorithm of video after video after video of these machines they got for farming made by AI, bruh.
The machines ain't playing. The production and efficiency ain't no errors.
That's what I'm saying. Like they planning them, they picking it, they separate, they got the machines now. I seen this big ass machine, it'll get the corn, it'll separate the corn, all that, and then shoot the corn in another
husk and all of
that. Man, yeah. I'm saying, bro,
y'all crazy, man.
Y'all talking about people working in the fields, bro. All this automation stuff is finna be over with.
Automation is here to stay. It is going to be automation is finna do what crack did in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's going to dismantle, like I said.
Yakira, you want to call in?
What she said she want to call in?
She said they got farm, they have equipment.
Oh yeah, Akira, she in agriculture. Facts. Yeah, she is now.
Are you in agriculture?
Yeah.
Well, she did call in then. Let's talk about that.
My farm is hell. Nice. Okay.
But yeah, I was like I said, I was watching this bit. Like I think I even saved it on here on my favorite because I was shocked because they got this big ass. Bruh, like the dude was standing, the tire was still 20 feet higher than him. And I'm like, damn, this crazy they're doing. Like they got some new stuff. This like it's like they make it in Japan, but they're trying to get it over here. But you know, like one of the dirt hauls, maybe moving the dirt and redoing the yards and landscaping and stuff. Yeah. And so when they do the landscaping now, this like the biggest truck. This bitch run like it's like solar power, no gas, no nothing. One of the biggest motor. The tire costs $50,000. One tire costs $50,000.
It ain't finna call off. That call off. I think calling off, and they say it's like entrapment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you some days you can call off, but hey, your ass better not take off though.
Yeah,
you take off. The day you take off is another day I can look for your replacement. Yeah, it's like entrapping you. I mean, I know we gave you 20 days. But damn, you done took 4 days this week. No, you can't do that. But you You say I got 20 days.
I got vacation days. So I can use them.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think calling off and it's been abused. I seen chicks arguing, recording them getting fired. I don't know if you, I sent you some clips.
Yeah.
This lady recording herself getting fired, talking about, well, you know, that's my birthday. I told y'all I'm gonna come to work. Well, I already had that vacation paid for. Telling this to the HR person.
Yeah.
Come on, man. People think jobs are like it's like anything else. If Burger King closed, McDonald's open.
Yeah.
McDonald's closed, Taco Bell open. Convenience has crippled the American society, and there's no recovery. It's gonna be a hard reset. I told y'all this.
Yeah. Also, I was watching this guy. He was talking about all the jobs that's going to need replacement that AI is not going to be able to do, and it's still going to give you a 30-year job. He said plumbing, electrician, basically something in construction, HVAC.
Yeah.
Like these are jobs that AI ain't gonna be able to do. AI ain't gonna be able to go in there and just lift up these AC units and put them on roofs and put them climb up under your house and do duct work and attic work and stuff like that. AI ain't gonna be able to do all that. So it's a lot of jobs out here that they was talking about is like in the next 5 years, so many of the old heads are going to be quitting these industries that it's going to be like this is the best job for men to go into right now. You can start your own company, start your own business. You can still make your 6 figures, like I said, and it gives you job security.
I think we may get into a space to where, because they already got the small, tiny houses that you can buy. I think for like $5,000-$10,000. I think they're gonna start developing houses off-site. You're gonna have your slab foundation, and it's gonna be like a lot of China's civil engineering and buildings. They building like skyscrapers in like 3 months or some shit. Like they build but now I don't know if the quality control is there yet, but they're gonna be building these houses with everything in the tech, the HVACs. It's gonna be all included in the system and how they do it, and they're gonna bring them and sit them on that slab like a Lego.
Yeah.
And here your house ready, built from it's all ready to go.
Kind of got like stuff like that.
They got it similar,
like the Amazon. I was just watching these white boys. They had bought an Amazon house. They wanted to see how it was.
Okay,
and they bought it, set up in their backyard, and they were living in it.
I think that's gonna be the new. You're gonna have a tiny home community. You already got I want one of the trailer homes where they cut the trailer up and customize it. Man, I'm
talking like the buses and stuff.
Not the buses. They be like the container houses.
Oh yeah,
the container house.
I love container house.
Fire.
I'll be watching them.
I want one of them. Yeah, so some on solar powered. What? Yeah, call.
Nah, that was wild.
But yeah, this is our first installment of Miscellaneous Mondays. Like I said, we got a new schedule: Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. Miscellaneous Monday, Outrage Wednesday, and we don't have our Saturday night live stream on Saturdays. If you want to be up on the show, hit us in the DM on Instagram or on Facebook. We can schedule it.
And if you want to call in real quick, go on, call in. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you want to call in. But yeah, we're gonna start making it about the community. We want to hear from y'all. Y'all can see us. Y'all hear us fighting and arguing on here on many occasions. But yeah, Monday, Wednesdays, or Saturdays, and
so Wednesday we talking about the outrage of going back to work.
We're talking about a few things Wednesday. You're talking about the DEI going back to work and bashing of businesses.
Oh, black businesses
to be exact.
Bashing
this is a trend that we've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing it a lot, and people have different opinions, very unique opinions. Versus, I got a right to my opinion. Well, you do, but you don't have to do it this way. It's a bunch of different things. We're going to get into that in depth on Wednesday to see, because I seen a person say, well, they talk about all businesses. I don't agree with that. I think black businesses specifically are held to a higher standard because of association. A lot of these owners we are familiar with and know, and we may have a personal bias already. But you have other businesses. I ain't gonna bash them because I'm not gonna do that. But it's certain businesses that we talked about. We heard nothing but bad reviews. Right. But you can't type it in and see. I see to where people are making announcements that they're gonna announce them bashing the business. I went to such and such today. I'm gonna tell y'all about it tomorrow. I've seen this. An announcement being made that they're gonna bash the business, or let's take bash out of it. I'm gonna give my harsh opinion or what's the word I want to say? I want to give a critical opinion of a business, which is more so black, that I, patronize.
Because like I said, a lot of time when they go to these white restaurants, we don't hear nothing from it. We know their service probably ain't as good. Especially like big chain restaurants. A lot of the big chain restaurants, your Longhorns, your Outback, a lot of their service be trash, but you don't, you know what I'm saying?
It's
you don't
not
say
a
nothing about
thread.
that. You don't say nothing about how long it took your food to come to the table. Some you got some cold food, you didn't say nothing about that. What you did, you said my food cold, you shipped it back and then sent your hot order out. And you was all okay with that. Why y'all don't do that to the black business?
Not to cut you off. And we're gonna attach something to the black business critique, tip culture, because I think tip culture goes into a lot of the black business models that we see, whether it's in town, out of town. A lot of us like to hit Houston, a lot of us like to hit Miami, a lot of us like to hit these big cities to where you got gratuity on top of your gratuity, plus a service charge. And we may not say that because we got the vibe, we got the aesthetic to turn our Instagram and TikTok up. So I don't mind paying the extra premium because it made me look good. So that's what we're gonna get into Wednesday for our Outrage Wednesday segment. Make sure y'all tune in, and we'll have some on the books for Saturday in the next couple of days. We got any more callers want to call in? We're gonna give you about 5 minutes, and we're gonna close out our first installment of Miscellaneous Mondays, where we cover the most recent and the latest headlines in your news on your timeline. I don't know. I think we did pretty good today. We ain't had no craziness. What happened today?
Today, I didn't see
today. I ain't seen nothing.
It was crazy because I sent y'all that post today. Okay, so we have a theory. This is a theory. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this theory. So, our boy Brad said today in the group chat. He said, "Do y'all think women's voices are deep because they keep getting nutted in?"
Oh yeah, he did. That was super random from Brad. I kind of thought about it. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I had to see some more evidence before I can confirm or put some stock into that. I don't know. I think it may be a testosterone estrogen imbalance somewhere, but I don't know about gargling kids contributing to a deeper voice. I don't know.
Jazz, what happened to you calling in?
Chill out, Jay. Jada went viral. I sent that clip on what's it? K-Mall TV.
I guess what it
was a platform. They ripped the video you doing your thing. So
yeah, so we about to
wrap up.
It was Cam.
Let me see. I don't know who Cam is.
What up, bro? I'm on the podcast. They can hear you. What you want?
You on podcast?
Yeah, they can hear you on the podcast. What's up?
Oh man, I see you had say you did some steak.
Yeah.
That what you had text me?
Yeah, steaks.
For you or someone else?
For me.
Okay, which one? You want the ribeyes or T-bone?
Give me the ribeyes.
How many you need?
How many can you get me?
How many can you get?
Yeah.
That different prices. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm gonna call you back because I thought you had the answer. That's why I was answering the phone real quick.
Oh yeah, I have them though. I have them. Just gotta tell me how many you want.
All right, well, let me hit you back. Well, let me just hit you back then.
Okay, bro.
All right.
Okay.
But y'all trying to get all the steaks.
Yeah, I thought he just asked me which ones I wanted. He trying to have a whole conversation. Well, we about to get on up out of here tonight. We want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. Cam, I don't know who Cam that is.
I don't know. I can't see. I don't have my specs on it. I'm blind as hell.
Damn.
I can't see that. Then I can see a little bit.
It's the New Number Podcast, and we gone. Peace.